Wow, so good morning or good day, students. Yeah, this is a continuation on our basic tools for economic analysis lessons. We just finished the frequency distribution table in our previous lesson to end it and talking about the mean and median and the mode, their merits and demerits in analysis of economics. So we are moving further to other basic tools in this lesson. So please have your pen and paper to follow me as I solve those problems or questions that we're going to see. Pay attention, please. Get involved. Don't be an onlooker. Don't be passive. As I practice, as I show you on the board, please follow me through. All right? Yes. And you can also form your own questions likewise in the same manner and solve it as well. You'll most likely be correct, okay? So let's go further. In this lesson for now, we're going to do the following. We're going to solve some problems on mean, median, and mode, following up from the frequency distribution table we already have. We can have other questions like that and we'll solve out. Then we're going to discuss the measures of dispersion as well as solve some problems on measures of dispersion as well. So let's see. It's whole of solving here. So please get motivation, get motivated, get focused. Right, so let's see. The first thing we're going to have here is that we have the ages of 30 students in SS1 are shown in the table below. Use it to answer the questions that follows. What we did in that frequency table is something like this. We had these scores and the frequencies outlined. So we are going to borrow from it. So we already have this one here. We have the ages, which is the other one. So we'll talk about scores and frequencies now. Ages and what? Frequencies. So here we have to calculate for the mean, the median, and the mode of this information we have here. So what is the percentage of students above the mean score or mean age, and determine the range of the ages. So a simple thing here, all right? So let's see, we have, we're going to look at the mean. For this, we are seeing that this is a grouped data, all right, because we have done the frequency table, we have grouped it into ages and frequencies. So we're going to use a more advanced formula for the mean. We're going to use a formula for grouped data or grouped information. So let's start from there. First of all, you need to know how to arrive at your mean. Okay, you need to arrive at your mean for group data before you can start solving. What's the formula? We're looking for mean of a grouped data. That's what we have to mean is equals to what? Summation of frequency multiplied by the x over what? Summation of frequency. This is the formula I'm going to use to derive the mean of this distribution or information that is here. So what do we do? We're looking at what? Mean, median, and mode. So we go. We can do directly, or we can just do a small table, so we'll have our work cut out for us very easily. So we'll do what? We'll do our x. Let's start with frequency. We'll do our frequency, and then we'll do our x. So we put it there. Our frequency is start from the smallest one. We'll say let's start with our x. Okay, let's start with our x. So we do our x and then frequency. Because our x will be 11, 12 to 16. We have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So yes, the frequencies accordingly is what? 11 is 8, 12 is 6, 13 is 5, and then 14 is 4, 15 is 4, and 16 is 3. So our fx will be what? Frequency times this times this. Okay? So we can say 8 times 11 will give us what? 88. Okay? 12 times 6 will give us what? 72. Because 10 times 6 is what? 60. 2 times 6 is 12. So have what? 72. This 13 times 5. 10 times 5 is 50. 3 times 5 is 15. So have 65. Right? Have 65. This will give us 40 plus 16, 56. You can cross-check it, right? 15 times 4 will give us 40 plus 20, 60. 60. Right? Sorry, 16 times 3 will give us 48. Sorry, no. 30 plus 18, 48. 16 times 3, 48, correct. So we sum, because we summation fx, all right? Summation of x f times x will give us a value to divide by this to give us our mean. So what do? We add all this up. So we do the addition to give us summation fx. So when we add up, what do we have? We have 88 plus 72 plus 65 plus 56 plus 60 and plus 48. The total is 389. So have 389 as our summation fx. Right? So we say it's equals to what? 389 over summation f is what? We're going to add our summation of frequency here. We're going to have this, okay, 14 plus 9 is 19, plus 8, 27, plus 3, 30. So we have 30 is our frequency. It's already there. We have it as what? 30 students, so we are correct. So 30 students are involved, all right? So our frequency is what? 30. So what do? We divide this by what? By 30. What will be your answer? If you divide 389 by 30, you will have 12.9, or you can say 13. 12.96, 12.97, approximately is what? 13. So we'll have what? 13 as our mean. Solved. Is it not easy to do? Very easy. Okay, so yes, that's how you attempt this way. So what's the median? If you arrange your frequencies in order, no, actually, this is what? Oh, they'll have to do that again. Okay, so we'll go through the process again. We'll do arranging in ascending and descending order to get our values. So we are done with this. So we look for our median. What's our median? This let's do in ascending order. Yes, 11 is 8 times. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. $11 in 8 places, then 12 in 6 places, So I have 12, 12, 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Accordingly, 13 in 5 places, 13, 13, 13, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 13 in 5 places. We have 14 in 4 places. 14, 14, 14, and 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. 15 in 4 places as well. 15, 15, 15, 15. Okay. Then 16 in 3 places. I have 16, 16, 16, and 16. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, 3 places. So this is off. So this will give us 30 students in all. So how do we get a median here? Like we said, you will do what? If it is odd number, the center number becomes what your median. But if it's even number, you add the 2 center numbers together and divide by 2. So let's see, because we have 30 students, we have even number. All right, so we'll look at the center number. We'll have the first 15 and the second 15. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the first 15 is what? Is 13. Meaning that the second 15 is also what? 13. So we have the 2 center number is what? 13 and 13. So add it to 2 and divide by 2. So our number is what? It's actually what? 13, because 26 divided by 2 is what? 13. So our median is what? Is equals to what? 13. Wow. Same thing as our mean. Can you see that? That's what we call average. So what's the range? Range is what? The most occurring value. So what is that? Our mode becomes what? 8, because 8 has 11 because it has what? 8. So we have 11 in 8 places. So our mode becomes what? 11. That's the most occurring in a distribution. So we have solved this question on the board. You see, please follow me and set yourself similar questions and answer them. Now, we move into measure of dispersion. What is the measure of dispersion? It is the degree of spread of numerical values in a distribution. It is also known as measure of variability. Examples include mean deviation, variance, and standard deviation. So yes, that's what we have for this. So what is the mean deviation? The mean deviation is the degree of spread of numerical values in distribution. Then it is how far the mean is from the averages of the observations. All right? So examples are these. So let's look at it again. Sorry. What is the variance? This is the average of squares of the deviation of the observation from the true mean. Right? Variance is what? Is the average of the squares of the observations of the deviations from the true mean. It is also called what? Mean square deviation. So we have considerations for mean variances for grouped and non-grouped data, right? So we'll look at the one we can handle very quickly. We are done with this, so let's check. We have problems that for group data and for ungrouped data. So for calculating variances in an ungrouped data information, you use the first one, which is what? Which is summation x, bracket x minus x bar, squared over n. What is x bar? X bar represents our mean, okay? So for variances, for ungrouped data, we use as V is equals to summation x minus x bar squared over n. All right, so but for the group data, you use, for grouped data, we use summation f bracket x minus x bar squared over summation f. Okay, so these are the two formula we use for variances. So let's see. The standard deviation is the square root of a variance. It's very simple. It is also referred to as what? Standard deviation, square root of variance, or standard deviation. So yes. Let's see. This expression here is for an ungrouped data, so we can easily quickly solve this one, and it's easy to run by. So take a pen and paper. Let's work on this quickly. So we already have our formulas taken down. So we want to solve for variance for ungrouped data. What do we do? Variance for ungrouped data, we'll have it to be what? Summation bracket x minus x bar squared over n. So here we have 358,569 as our observation. All right, so we should calculate for the variance and standard deviation. Fine. What do? You know, in this variance we have mean. All right, we have mean, which is what? We have mean, which is what? In this case, for group data, we are going to do what? Summation x over n. So we have summation x over what? N. So what do? We sum all the observation and divide it by the number of observation. So we have 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5 plus 6 plus 9 divided by what? 6. So let's go. It's equal to what? 3 plus 5 plus 6, plus 8 plus what? Plus 5 plus 6 plus 9. All over what? 6. This will give us our mean for the ungrouped data. So what do we have? We have 15, 20, 25, 28, 36. So we have 36 equals to 36 over 6. It does equal to what? What is it going to give us? We're going to have 36 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 6 plus 5 plus 9 is equals to 36. So divide 36 by 6 to give us 6. So our answer is what? 6. I want you to not guess figures if you're not sure. All right? Find it. If you're not very sure, don't just assume figures. Make sure you verify your figures before you go on. All right? So our mean here is what? 8 is 6. Now we apply the formula for variance for an ungrouped data. What do? We bring it down here again. We say, okay, for each of these x's, we're going to what? Look for the mean deviation, all right? Square it and then sum it up and divide by n. So what do? Our variance in this case becomes what? Bracket 3 minus what? 6 squared plus what? Bracket 5 minus 6 squared plus bracket 8 minus 6 squared plus bracket 5 minus 6 squared plus bracket 6 minus 6 squared plus bracket 9 minus 6 squared all over 6. All right? So let's check it out. This is from group data, so it's easy to go this way. Now, 3 minus 6 is what? 3 minus 3 squared. Minus times minus is what? It's plus, not true. So you say here, first of all, we get our what? Our is equals to minus 3 bracket squared plus minus 1 bracket squared plus 2 bracket squared plus 1, 2, 3 plus minus 1 bracket squared plus bracket 0 squared plus 3 squared all over 6. So if you do that, we're going to have 3 times 3 is what? 9 plus 1 times 1 is 1 plus 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 times 1 is 1 plus 0 times 0 is 0 plus 3 times 3 is what? 9. So we are here divided by 6. So what's our answer? Answer will be what? 10 plus 4, 10 plus 4. So we have 10 plus 10, 20 plus 4, 24. So we have 24 all over 6. What will be our answer? 24 divided by 6 is what? Is 4. Well, let's check it, okay? 24 divided by 6 is what? 4. Our answer is 4. Our variance is what? Is 4. Our variance is 4. So what do? You have got your variance, okay? So now, what is the standard deviation of this observation? It's just what? The square root of SD is the square root of variance. The square root of summation x minus x, square root of summation x minus x bar and 6 squared, all right, over n. So what do? We just do what? We get our variance, which is 4, and the square root is what? Is 2, okay? So what? Our answer is 2. As simple as that, okay? As simple as that. So we have solved for mean, all right, variance, and standard deviation. That's how it is done, as simple as that. So please practice. You can write other figures aside these ones. You can use even numbers. You can use odd numbers. You can mix it up as it is here. And try to use more numbers, maybe like 7, 10, or thereabout, 8, 9, 10. All right, simple figures like this, and solve yours. Try to make sure that you practice, because when you keep practicing, you become more used to it. All right, you can be increasing your perfection. Okay. Now we move to illustration 3, which is what? Talking about group data. Now we're talking about group data here, okay? So the marks scored by economic students in their NECO examination is presented in the table below. Calculate the mean, variance, and standard deviation of this distribution. Table showing marks are seen below. Fine. Now this is a more advanced problem, but it's simple because you already have a knowledge of what to do, so you can actually solve it. All right, here we're going to be using formulas for group data. Okay, so the formula we have here, this formula oh god, is used, the variance, all right, is used for group data. Then, sorry, the one you see for standard deviation, I'm supposed to have a square root on it, but it's a mistake on my password. We're going to add it when we have it on the board. So yes, we're going to have the mean for group data already shown it before. We already used it to solve the first part, so we're going to solve accordingly. This is for group data, so we do the following. We're going to have our table established again, all right? This table is very important so that you don't have errors. So we're going to have a table to solve for, we'll put f. You can start with f or x, we'll put x. We'll have our fx. Sorry, let me first of all establish our formulas before we can go ahead, because that formula is going to help us to know where our direction. Okay, so for mean, which is what? Summation fx over summation f, then variance for group data, all right, is equals to summation f bracket x minus x bar squared over summation f. So this is going to help us to arrive at our destination, all right? Then when we get to the other one, I'll give you the last formula. So we do our table, we have our f, we have our x, we have our fx, because we're going to use the content of this formula to draw up our table, all right? We're going to use the content of this formula to draw up our table. So what we're going to have next is what? X minus x bar and then we're going to have x minus x bar absolute values, all squared, okay? Then we're going to also have, our f bracket x minus x bar squared, all right? Meaning that we have fully represented our formula in the table. So we're going to fill up the values as the case may be, all right? So let's try and do that properly. So this is our f, okay? So what's our f? Let's put our x first. So x is 10 to 50, 10 to 60. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So our f follows through 8, 6, 12, 8, 6, 12, 18, 6, 4, 18, 6, and 4. So we divide our line adequately well. Okay, so let's go. We are going to have our f multiplied by x value right now. Simple. So why do we do that? We want to make sure that every value is accounted for properly. Okay? But, so let's do 8 times 10 is what? Is 80. 6 times 20 is what? 120. 120. 12 times 30 is 324. Well, let's be sure. 12 times 30 is 360, sorry. We have 360 60 as our value, 360, (16 times 40), 16 times 40 is equal to 640, 640. 50 times 6 will give us 50 times 6 will give us 300. You need to confirm your figure so you don't put the wrong figure, so you don't get the wrong answer. Then 4 times 60 will be what? 240. Let's check it. 60 times 4 is 240. So we have our frequency. So for us to get our mean, we have already done fx, so we'll do what? We'll sum it up to get our total values so that we can get our mean. So we'll add up. This plus this is 200. 200 for 360 is 560. 560 plus 300 is 860. 860 plus this is 1001. 1001 plus 640 will give us 1740. So, but let's be sure and can add it up together. So we add and get, the first two is 200. 200 plus 360 plus 640 plus 300 plus 240. We have 1740 as our value. 1740. So if this is our total, what will be our mean? Our mean will now be, our mean is x bar. It will become 1740 over what? Over summation of frequency will be what? Summation of f is equals to this 20, 26, 26, 30. Let me add it up. That should be 50. So we have 6 plus 8 plus 12 plus 16 plus 6 again plus 4, 52. So let's see, 10, 26, 38, 38, 44, yes, 52, very correct. So I have 52, I have 1740 over what? Over 52. So divide through, you will get an answer. Divide through 1740 divided by 52 will give you 33.5. 33.5. That's your mean. All right? That's your mean. So we're going to apply this in this table right now to get our values. So this x bar here is gotten. That's our x bar. All right? 33.5. You're allowed to reduce to one decimal place so that you have lesser numbers going forward. So we have this. Now, x minus x bar. What's our x here? 10. The first one is what? 10. So 10 minus 33.5. What will it give us? It gives us minus 22.5. 20 minus 33.5 will give us what? Minus 12. Sorry. This is 23, not 22. 23.5. 23.5. Okay, so this will give us 13.5. Then 30 minus 33.5 will give us minus 3.5. 40 minus 33.5 will give us 7.5. 7.5. But let's be sure. No, let's be sure. So we'll have 40 minus 33.5. So we'll have 6.3, sorry. We'll have 6.3 as our answer. 6.3. Then 50 minus 33.5 will give us 16.5.3. So sure about that. So we'll have 50 minus 33.5. We'll have 50 minus 33.5 gives us 16.5. Let's do this again, please. 40 minus 33.5 is equal to 6.5. Okay, so 6.5. I have 16.5 and 26.5. These are our values we've gotten. So what do we do next? We're going to multiply or square each of the answers here, because that's what this formula is telling us. Whatever you get here, square each, all right, to fill this column. So we're going to go by that. And you know that if minus multiply minus becomes what? A plus. So we do 23.5 10 minus 33.5 gives us what? Okay, so we're going to do 23.5 times 23.5. What is it going to give us? 23.5 times 23.5 is equals to 552.25. 552.25. So we can't put 25, so we'll put 0.3. Okay? Bring it down to that so that we'll have space enough. Then we'll multiply again 13.5 times 13.5. What do you have? We have 182.3. 182.3. 3.5 times 3.5 will give you 12.3. 12.3. Then we have 6.5 times 6.5. 6.5 times 6.5 is equal to 42.3. 42.3. You have 16.5 multiplied by 16.5. 16.5 times 16.5 is equal to 272.3. 272.3. 26 times 26 will give you what? 26.5 times 26.5 is equal to 702.3. 702.3. This we have done. We now multiply each by frequency. So that's what we're doing. By frequency. So we do this times 8, all right? To give us what we're looking for, we have 552.3 times 8. Our value is 4418.4. 4418.4. All right? Then we have 182.3. 182.3 multiplied by 6. Our answer is 1093. 1093.8. Then we multiply 12 by 12.3. 12.3 times 12. What do we have? 147.6. 147.6. Multiply 42.3 by 16. 16. What do we have? 676.8. 676.8. Then we check again to see the next one, 272.3. 272.3 times 6. 1633.8. 1633.8. And we also did the remaining one, which is 702.3. 702.3 times 4. What's our answer? 2809. 2809.2. Yes, we are here. We are closer to our destination than ever. What do? You sum, because this formula says summation of f bracket x minus x bar squared, which is this now, all right? F multiplied by x minus x bar squared, summed, all right? So we're going to sum it up now. What are we going to have? So we'll add all this together to give us what we're looking for. We're going to add 4418.4, 4418.4 plus 1093.8 plus 147.6 plus 676.8 676.8 plus 1633.8 plus 2809.2. What's the answer? We'll have 10779.6. So we'll have 10779.6. So this is our, so for our variance now, what do? Our variance is equals to this formula, right? It's equals to 1077.9.6 all over what? Summation f, which is what? 52. Our summation f is equals to 52. All right, so we put it here over 52. What will be our variance? Divide this figure by 52. Divide by 52. our answer will be 207.3. So we have 207.3. This should be our answer for our variance. So what do you do? The square root of this figure is our standard deviation. So we should just, SD is equals to root of 207.3, which is equals to what? We'll just root 207.3 is equals to 14.39, 14.4. So we can just say our answer is what? 14.4. So yes, we have determined, we have solved for what? Mean, variance, and standard deviation for group data. That's what we just done here. So these are SD, root of variance. These are variance, which is gotten from this formula spread across the table. So you just be careful. Don't make sure your figures don't mix up. Be careful with your figures. If not, you fail the expected outcome. This is how it is done. So please follow cautiously. What illustration 4 will come when we look at this understanding. So we look at linear equation, all right, which will take us to the most common thing we already know about demand and possibly supply. A linear equation is one in which the highest power of the unknown is equals to 1, all right? It's an equation where 1, the highest number of the unknown is what? Equals to 1. Fine. What is there? You can see here, for this illustration here, we have x equals to x plus 2 is equals to 4. Why? Find x. What is x? Make x sort of formula, all right? Take 2 across, becomes minus. So 4 minus 2 becomes what? 2. So it was x is equals to what? It's equals to 2. So let's check. We are done with this. So let's take this off and do what we just did on the board. Today we are doing illustrations, calculations as well to show exactly what you should be doing when you're class. This is a simple thing, all right? We have x is equals to 2 plus 4. Find x. Sorry, x plus 2 equals to 4. Find x. So what do? You make x subject to the formula. So 4 minus 2 is equals to what? 2. So x is equals to what? 2. It's a simple, that's why it's called simple linear equation. The next one is same thing, all right? You do x, that's 1. Number 2 is what? 3x plus x is equals to what? 8. Find x, all right? What do? First of all, 3x plus x is equals to what? Plus 8 is equals to what? 4x is, 4x equals to 8. So 4x equals to 8. So what do? Make x into the formula. Divide both sides by 4 actually, all right? So divide both sides by what? By 4 to get x. So divide both sides by 4 and you have what? X is equals to what? 2. So this divided by this is 1, 1 and 2. So x is equals to what? 2. Okay? That's how you get your x. So yes, move ahead. So based on what we've learned here, we can go further to look at this illustration. Okay? This illustration is a linear equation that explains demand function and supply function. Okay, so let's look at it carefully. In this place, we're looking at, they said, the demand function of a commodity X is given as QD equals to 12 minus 2P, where Q and P are quantities demanded and price respectively. Solve for P, all right, solve for Q when P is 4 and 3. Then find P when Q is what? 24 and 100. So let's do it. Just the same way you have that formula, that's a linear equation solved. You're going to apply the same ideology here. So let's look at it. We are looking for P. All right, we are calculating for Q. Sorry, A. We are calculating for Q. So our A here says find. We are looking for what? Q when P is equals to 4 and 3. I 4, I 3. So when P is 4 and 3, what is Q? That's what they're asking you to do. So the equation says QD is equals to 12 minus 2P. It's as simple as that. Just substitute your P in the function and you're done. All right? So let's do that. So for I, we say for I, 12 minus 2 bracket 4, QD is equals to what? It's equals to 12 minus 8. So we have 12 minus 8, which is equals to what? 4. So what? QD is what? 4. Am I correct? Because 12 minus 8 is what? Is 4. Then for II, what do you do? 12 minus 2 bracket 3 is equals to what? 12 minus 6. Right? So QD is equals to what? Is 6. As simple as that. So you can see, if you remember the law of demand, you remember that if you know it already, the law of demand says the higher the price, the lower the quantity that will be demanded for. All right? The higher the price, the lower the price, the higher the quantity that will be demanded for. The lower the price, the higher the quantity that will be demanded. So vice versa. If you see that when price decreased from 4 to 3, you see that 4 was demanded when the price is 4, and 6 was the demand when the price dropped from 4 to 3. So the law of demand is applicable here. You can see it clearly. So, all right? This is for A. Then for B, say solve for find P. All right? Find P when Q is 24 and 100. So you say find P if Q I is what? 24 and II is equals to 100. This one's are in units, so this one should have prices, sorry. It should have money attached to it because we're talking about money here. So you have monetary denomination. So you have 4 naira and what? 6 naira. In this way you have units. So what's that? You bring your equation. QD is equals to what? 12 minus 2P. Fine. All right? So what do you do? Substitute your values into it. So what we have for I, all right, we have, what's that figure? 24 is equals to 12 minus 2P because we're talking about quantity supplied, all right? So we're finding P when Q is given. So our Q here is what? 24. Just substitute the value into your equation, you'll get your answer. So what we do, we have make P subject to the formula by doing what? By saying 24 minus 12 is equals to 2P. So what do we have? We have, it's equals to what? We have 12 is equal to 2P. So divide both sides by what? By 2, okay? To get your P. So what do we do? So we have 12 over 2 and 2P over what? 2. So what do we have? We have 6, all right? So P is equal to what? 6. P is equal to what? 6 units. We're looking for what? We're looking for P. Sorry. This is 6 units, sorry. This is 6 units. This is 4 units. And this is 6 units. All right. So here we're looking for P. So we'll have P is equals to 6 naira. So for the B part, II says what we should do. We should look for P when Q is 100. So we'll have 100 is equals to 12 minus 2P. All right? Simple term, just 100 minus 12 equals to 2P. Okay? So what do we have there? We have 100 minus 12 is what? 88. So we have 88 equals to 2P. Divide both sides by what? By 2 to get your P. All right, so we'll do P, 2 over this. We'll have here 44 equals to P. So our P is what? 44 naira. All right? So because if you take away 12 from 100, you have 88. Divide both sides by 2, you have 44 and then 2P. So by P is 144. So exactly this is how you should be handling this. Just substitute your value into the equation. You have your answer done. All right? So yes, we have taken care of number 1 question. Same method you're going to apply for what? Number 2 question. Let's go over to that one as well. Yeah, the second question has to do with supply. It has a function of QS equals to 80 plus 0.2P, where QS is quantity supplied and P is price respectively. Here we are supposed to find QS, all right, when P is 100 and 200. So let's look at it. We are looking for QS, that's quantity supplied. So find QS when PI is equals to 100, yes, 100 naira, and II that's 200 naira. Okay, 200 naira. So this is our assignment. We're going to look for quantity supply when P is 100 and 200. Okay, so bring in the formula or the equation, the function. It says QS is equals to 80 plus 0.2P. All you need to do is what? Substitute your values into the equation and solve out. So QS will be equal to what? 80 plus 0.2P, which is bracket 100, all right? And that will give us what? 80 plus what? 2% of that, 0.2 times 100 will give us, that should be 20, but let's check it. 0.2 times 100 is equals to 20. So we add 80 plus 20. 80 plus 20 is equals to what? 100 units. Okay, 100 units. For the first one, that's I. Then II, we have again 80 plus 0.2 bracket 200. All right? Just equate it immediately. We have what? We're going to have 80 plus, this should be 40 now, because the first one is what? First one, let's just check it before we conclude. So we have 0.2 times 200. That's 40, okay? So we do what? Just add 40, which will give you what? 120 units, all right? That is for number one question, the the A part of number one. Then the B part of number two, B part of number two has to do with calculation for price, okay, when quantities are given. So let's look at it. We'll find what? Find P when QS is equals to I, 300, and II, 100 units. So let's go. Just do what? Substitute your values into the equation or function. You have your answer outrightly so. So we have what? 80 plus 0. So our QS is already, our QS is there. So what do? You have QS, which is what? 300 for I. 300 is equals to 80 plus 0.2 P. All right? So what do? It's what? 300 minus 80. All right? Because we want to make P subject of the formula. All right? Subject of the formula, we have it to be like, then we have 0.2 P. What do you have? You have 220 is equals to 0.2 P. Okay? So divide both sides by 0.2. Divide by both sides. Divide both sides by 0.2. Okay? So you do that, you get your answer, you get your P. So do show you working 0.2 over 0.2. So we have 220 divided by 0.2 is, this will give us, this will just go, and this is equal to 1100. This means P is equals to 1100 naira. Okay, because it's naira, I have to put money there. Find P. This, of course, is correct. So we put naira there because we're looking for what? Monetary value. Then the second one, when QS is 100. So let's go. We have 100 is equals to 80 plus 0.2 P. All right. Same thing that's going to happen. Have 100 minus 80 is equals to 0.2 P. Divide both sides by 0.2. You have your answer to be what? 20 over 0.2 is equals to 0.2 P. Oh God, 0.2 P over 0.2, which will give you. Let's get our answer. That should be 100, but let's see. 20 divided by 0.2 will give us 100, because when you cancel out this and this, you have 100. So We're looking at what? P will be what? 100 naira. So it's a very fun calculation. It's not difficult. I really want you to see it as simple as it is here. That's how it comes out. All right. So let's try and do one or two other online-based questions based on what we have done. Let's see. Let's see what we're going to see. Let's check again. So you're going to be solving now. Be telling me the answers. Okay. Let's check some questions online to see from that exam guide. If you have exam guide, you can open to it and check. Look at the question that resembles what we've just done. Okay, we're going to look at this. We did not do this, so let's not bother about this. So let's go to the ones that resemble what we just done. All the calculations we can find that pertains to what we've just done. Okay. Yes, we have this. This is an example of what we just finished doing. So use the below table to answer the question that follows. So in the distribution above, the mode is okay. No, but we can just answer this one. The mode is what? The mode score is 2. Because 2 appears what? 11 times. That's what we're looking for. We're going to go to the one that has to do with illustration here. We'll look at this one. The wage of a group of workers in dollars are stated below: 40, 30, 70, 20, 60, 20, 10, 10, 80, 30, 10. All right. What is the mean score? As easy as it can be, you write down these numbers. Okay. Write it down. And because this is on group data, you can just add it up. We have 40, 30. That's 30 plus 70 is 100 plus 40, 140 plus 60, 200 plus 20, 220. Plus 10, 10, that's 240, plus another 10, 250, plus 280, plus 80, 360. So you have 360, all right, divided by 10, that will give you 36. So your answer is what? Your answer is B. All right, your answer is what? B. Fine. The next way we're looking at it here is what's the median of this? No, we're not looking at this. Not looking at this. I want to go to what have our choices here. So yes, if the weight of 5 poppies in kilogram are 3.5, 3.0, 4.2, 5.0, 4.3, then the mean weight is what? Just add all together and divide by what? By 5. I'm sure it will be giving you around 5.0, because this should give us around there. So let's do. Let's add it up, no problem. Let's add it up. There's no time. So 3.5 plus 3.0 plus 4.2 plus 5.0 plus 4.3 is equals to 20. Divided by 5. Divide by 5, you have 4 as your answer. So yes, it's what the answer is B, 4 kg. So you got your answer. That's how to answer these questions. Exactly what we just did. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I think we already answered the question that requires us to answer. So I want you to try and practice what you've learned. Ensure that you revise consistently. You can actually set your own questions based on what you have solved, what you've seen, so that you can be able to practice and become more perfect on what you know. God bless you. See you next time in our next topic. I'm sure that you learned a lot in this particular video. Practice makes perfect, okay? Make sure you visit our ExamGuide app consistently for questions like this, and also to upgrade yourself, your knowledge.